Well, I've got the light on today because it's kind of a wet day outside. A little dark, wet, rainy, that kind of thing. So anyway, we're going to have a little bit of a warm tint, yellow tint to the video today, and you might even get some shadows when I'm reading the book. Well, the deal yesterday didn't work out as good as I thought it would, or as I hoped it would anyway. It worked out okay, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted to. The thing with two cameras, you know. But anyway, so I'm giving up on that idea for now. Maybe I'll play with it again later some more. But anyway, today's book is Flik and Flak and the Pirate Adventure. Anyway, it looks like it might be a pretty good book. Maybe it actually has a story to it. So anyway, let's get to it. Flik and Flak and their pirate adventure. Must be Flik and Flak. 3 o'clock, and there's the pirate boat. You can tell because it has the skull and crossbone flag. Who this book belongs to? Benjamin Perez. Wonder who that is. Must be a pirate. Hope this isn't too shiny here with the light and stuff. I'll try to do it like this maybe. It was the first day of summer holiday. Flik and Flak had already played their favorite games and were sitting reading comics in the garden. Flik put down his pirate comic and sighed. "I wish something exciting would happen," he said. "Me too," said Flak. "I was looking forward to this holiday, but it's only 10 o'clock and I'm bored." Just then she noticed something glittering in the sunlight. It was a shiny box. Where had it come from? Flik and Flak went to take a look. Inside the mysterious box was an old watch on a chain. "There's a note, too," said Flak. "It says, 'I grant 3 wishes in 1 day. What will you wish for? What will you say?'" How exciting. Flik looked at his adventure comic. "I wish we were real pirates," he said, laughing. Suddenly the watch began to shake and glow. Very slowly the garden started to spin. It went faster and faster until everything was spiraling around and around. "What's happening?" cried Flak. Before Flik could answer, they landed with a thump, thud, ouch. Flik and Flak felt a bit dizzy. Then they realized they weren't in their garden anymore. They were on the deck of a ship, and pirates surrounded them. A pirate with a wooden leg stepped towards Flik and Flak. "I be Captain Bones," he boomed, and this be my pirate crew. "What's your business aboard the Scurvy Dog?" he asked. He stared at the strange watch, his dark eye glittering. That pirate's got flip-flops on. He's missing a leg. We'd like to join your crew and look for treasure," replied Flik nervously. Captain Bones peered suspiciously at Flik and Flak. They thought he might make them walk the plank and throw them overboard. Instead, he just laughed loudly, showing lots of gold teeth. "Anchors away! Hoist the mainsail!" cried the captain. The pirates shouted, "Aye, aye, Captain!" Then they scrambled around, pulling at ropes and shouting. The anchor was pulled up, and the scurvy dog creaked and groaned as it sailed out to sea. A pirate called Crazy Jack, who looked very fierce, took Flik and Flak below decks. There Captain Bones sat at the table eating ship's biscuits. "Sit ye down," he said gruffly, slurping some grog noisily. On the table were lots of sea charts with strange markings on them. The captain unrolled a mysterious-looking map. "This be a treasure map," he said. "We sail on the tide to find the long-lost treasure of One-Eyed Bill." It's 1 o'clock already. "Wow, a pirate's treasure hunt. Awesome," said Flik, grinning. "Arr, that it be," said Captain Bones. "You two be real pirates now. No going back till the treasure is found, and if it isn't, it'll be the plank for you." Flik and Flak promised they would do their best to be good pirates. Soon they were scrubbing decks and hoisting sails and saying "Arr" a lot. The scurvy dog sailed over the waves. Under at times someone shouted, "Land ahoy!" "Ahar, drop anchor," commanded Captain Bones. "We be at the treasure island." The pirates ran around shouting excitingly and lowered a boat into the water. Flik and Flak quickly jumped in. They each grabbed an oar and began rowing ashore. When they reached the sandy beach, Captain Bones unrolled the map. "We follow the trail to Ragged Rock, where X marks the spot," he said, pointing at the dotted line. Then Captain Bones, Flik and Flak, and the pirates set off into the jungle. The jungle was hot and creepy. There were strange rustlings in the bushes. Flik was sure he could hear whispering and suspected someone was following them. He was about to tell the captain when suddenly Flak shouted, "Look! It's the treasure!" Captain Bones was so happy he almost did a jig. "Arr, me hearties!" he cried as his gold teeth glittered in the sunlight. "The treasure of One-Eyed Bill is ours." Flik and Flak stared in amazement. There were chests full of gold and jewels. "Not so fast," said a rough voice. Everyone turned to see a pirate with a parrot on his shoulder. "Shiver me timbers," said Captain Bones. "If it isn't Mad Bob and his molly crew." "Hand over that treasure," said Mad Bob. "Not likely," said Captain Bones. "Come on, you lot, back to the ship." Before anyone knew it, the scurvy dog pirates had grabbed the treasure and run off along the trail. Mad Bob and his crew were so unfit they couldn't keep up. Back on the scurvy dog, the pirates put the treasure in the hold. With Mad Bob gone and the loot safe, everyone suddenly felt tired and wanted a nap. Everyone, that is, except Shirley Sid and Crazy Jack, who seemed very interested in the watch. Flik pretended to fall asleep in his hammock. But he overheard the two pirates whispering and plotting. They were going to steal the wishing watch and the treasure while everyone was asleep. There was going to be a mutiny aboard. Oh no, not a mutiny. "Stay here," Flik said to Flak, "and don't let that watch out of your sight. I'll go and wake Captain Bones and warn him of the danger." But by the time Flik and the captain got on deck, Sid and Jack were rowing off with the treasure. They've got Flak and the watch," cried Flik. Out at sea, the mutineers rowed further and further away, but Flak had a plan. "I wish for a storm," she cried. Thunder boomed and lightning flashed. The boat tossed and lurched. That's a stupid wish. "What if we sink? I can't swim," cried Scully Sid. "Nor me," wailed Crazy Jack. "We're going to drown." Without warning, a giant wave lifted the boat and rolled it, splash, back into the deck of the Scurvy Dog. Suddenly the storm stopped. Crazy Jack and Shirley Sid huddled together shivering. They said sorry for stealing the treasure. Captain Bones said he wouldn't make them walk the plank, but they could scrub the deck instead, and be quick about it. Captain Bones, said Flik and Flak, were proper pirates and threw a party for them. They had lots of fun dancing jigs and singing pirate songs, but they didn't drink any grog because it smelled awful, and the ship's biscuits were horrid and tasted like cardboard. "I think I've had enough adventure for one day," said Flik. "Me too," replied Flak, "and it's nearly time for tea." They said goodbye to Captain Bones and his pirate crew and made a wish to go back home. Soon the Scurvy Dog began to spin. Before they knew it, Flik and Flak were back in their garden. It was as if they had just woken up from a dream. "Maybe it wasn't real after all," said Flak, but then Flik showed her two shiny gold treasure coins. "The wishing watch really was magic. Let's put it back in the box," said Flak, smiling. "Maybe it will give us some more wishes tomorrow." Very carefully they put the watch back in the box and hid it by the tree. It was time for tea. As they ate, they chatted about their adventure and was so excited to think that with the magic watch they could go anywhere and do anything they wanted. Soon it was bedtime for Flik and Flak. "I can't wait until tomorrow," said Flak. "What adventure will we wish for next?" Flik didn't know, but he was sure of one thing. With the wishing watch, it was definitely going to be the best holiday ever. There, they're both in bed. 7:30 at night. Time for bed. There they are, Flik and Flak. Oh, we got a message here. When playing in the garden, Flik and Flak discover an amazing watch as grants wishes. Looking for a treasure adventure, Flik and Flak soon find themselves aboard pirate ship the Scurvy Dog with Captain Bones. Will they discover treasure or find themselves lost at sea? Well, there you have it. Flik and Flak and their pirate adventure. That was quite an adventure. That was a good book. I liked that book. That had a good story to it. Didn't just all random words that seemed to rhyme or anything like that. I like that book. That was a good one. Maybe we can find more like that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe think about what would you wish for if you could take an adventure. What would you wish for? Think about that. Go tell your mom and dad, and just let them say, If I had one wish, this is what I would want to do. Anyway, and you can tell me too. Down here in the comments, down below, write it in the comments. Tell me what you'd wish for. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Grandpa loves you. And I'll see if I can't knock another book off tomorrow. Anyway, bye-bye now.